One house in Adachi Ward, Tokyo. 40 days in captivity. People around the ringleader, by the record's own count, knew something was happening inside. Neighbors heard it. Acquaintances heard about it. Nobody called it in. Every fact in this file comes from the court record and the reporting that followed. This case file tracks the silence. Her name was Junko Furuta, 17 years old, from Misato City in Saitama. On November 25, 1988, she was walking her bicycle home from a part-time job in Misato City, Saitama. She never made it home. For the next 40 days, 4 young men held her in a house in Adachi Ward, Tokyo, and subjected her to sustained sexual assault and torture. She died there on January 4, 1989. Investigators recovered her body, encased in concrete inside a steel drum, at a reclaimed land site in Koto Ward months later. The press named the case for that detail the concrete-encased murder. This file focuses on the 40 days that preceded it and the people who had a chance to stop them. A paper trail survives from that period: a police record, a coroner's report, a court transcript. On November 27, 1988, 2 days into her captivity, Junko Furuta's parents reported her missing to police. The kidnappers forced her to call her mother 3 times, insisting she had run away on her own. The report went nowhere after that. Neighbors in the building later described motorcycle noise and voices from the second floor, continuing until around the end of 1988. The record does not settle whether that testimony ever reached police as a formal complaint. Acquaintances of the ringleader knew what was happening. Some heard about it from others. Some, according to the court record, took part directly. Not one filed a report. The case broke open by accident, months after her death. No informant came forward. The November report had stalled, cut off by the calls the kidnappers forced. Inside a juvenile detention center during an interrogation about an unrelated crime, a routine question aimed at something else produced an unplanned confession. Investigators had been sitting on a cold case. Instead, they got a confession to Junko Furuta's murder. All 4 defendants were minors between 16 and 18 years old. Japan tried them under its Juvenile Act, the Shonen Ho. That law rests on one premise: young offenders can still be reformed, so a family court classification process screens each case by capacity for reform rather than by the severity of the act alone. And sentences stay indeterminate, a range instead of a fixed term, reviewed and often shortened as the offender ages out of the system. Under that framework, the ringleader, Miyano, received a fixed 20-year sentence. His 3 co-defendants received indeterminate terms: 1 5 to 10 years, 1 5 to 9, 1 5 to 7. For a crime of this severity, that range read to the public less like justice than delayed release. Public anger over the sentences reached beyond editorials. The weekly magazine Shukan Bunshun broke with Japan's Juvenile Anonymity Convention and published all 4 defendants' real names, arguing that a crime of this scale forfeited that protection. It marked a rare, deliberate breach of a legal norm most publications still observe. The decision divided legal commentators. Some called it accountability finally catching up with the case. Others called it a dangerous precedent for a system built on offender anonymity. Reporters covering the case also used Junko Furuta's real name in print. Commentators described the resulting attention and intrusion as a second injury, layered on top of the first. Police rearrested at least 2 of the 4 men years later for further violent crimes. Critics cited the rearrests as proof the sentences failed to do what the law promised. Japan's most direct legislative response, the 2000 amendment lowering the juvenile trial age, followed a separate case, a 1997 killing in Kobe. This case entered that debate as a supporting example, one of several critics still cite when arguing the law protects offenders more than victims. The record shows a house where the noise was heard, a network of acquaintances who knew and said nothing, and a legal framework built to protect the offender's futures more than to answer for the crime already committed. Nobody broke a law by staying silent. That may be the case's real verdict.